Well, it sounds like those dogs are getting closer.
This guy coming back here in this pickup truck.
Maybe country.
This is absolutely insane, y'all.
Echoes call from hollow halls, a voice that creeps and softly crawls. Time stands still, the air is...
Jason runs a YouTube channel called Exploring Intuition. He's an outdoorsman through and through, the kind who finds comfort in the crackle of a campfire, the stillness of the forest, and the solitude of the wild. By April 2020, he had explored most of southern Ohio's woodlands, but one place kept calling him back: the Shawnee State Forest. He'd been there before, yes, but this time, he wanted more than a day hike. He wanted to push himself, to spend a night alone, deep inside the forest, far from the road, far from light, and far from anyone who could help. A decision that would soon turn into something he'd never forget. After arriving at his camp spot, Jason began unpacking his gear. The forest was calm, the kind of quiet that feels almost staged, too still, too silent. But not long after his arrival, a sharp sound shattered that calm. A gunshot somewhere out in the woods, unseen but close enough to rattle him. He froze, listening. Another shot never came, just the echo fading into the tree.
Hey folks, how's it going? I'm out here at Shawnee State Forest again today, and if you remember my last video, I was out here scouting for a place to come out and do some overnight camping. And I'm here at the same place, going to do some overnight camping tonight. My ride just dropped me off, so I'm going to be here all night and most of the day tomorrow. And it's something I've been looking forward to doing for a while, just come out and doing some camping and being alone in nature. Only have about 2 hours of sunlight left, so I'm in kind of a hurry to get my camp set up, and I also want to do a little bit of cooking. So I'll pick you guys back up here in just a little bit. Hey guys, so I was just getting set up here, and I heard some gunshots off in the distance and some people. It's kind of far off, but you know, the people I can handle. This is a public area after all. Gunshots not so much, you know. I'm hoping those just stay where they're at, but I'm gonna continue setting up camp and have a quiet evening, hopefully.
He tried to brush it off. Maybe a hunter, maybe a distant firing range. But deep down, something in him stirred. That instinctive awareness that he wasn't alone out there. Someone or something else was in those woods with him. Still, he went on setting up camp. But that moment marked the beginning. As the evening deepened and he began to relax, another sound crept in, faint, then clearer. A strange noise, breaking through the stillness. Unfamiliar, irregular. The chain of unsettling events had begun. Jason went looking for firewood, but the forest floor was bare. Others had been here recently. He could tell. He took it as a good sign at first. Maybe the spot was safe. Maybe others camped here often. But as he'd soon realize, it wasn't a good sign at all.
So after a few adjustments, this is what I ended up with. I had to lower my ridgeline a little bit so that my tarp hung out a little closer to my hammock. And here in the hammock, I've got the sleeping bag put in already. And underneath the sleeping bag is this sleeping mat. And that should keep me pretty well insulated through the night. Like I said, it's only going to get down to about 42, so I should be pretty good to go. Running out of time. Sun's going to set here in about a half an hour, so I definitely want to gather some firewood and get this fire started. May not have much of a fire tonight, having a hard time finding firewood. It's really scarce around here. People have really scavenged it really well, and that means people have been out here, so I guess that's a good thing that people are out here enjoying the trails and the campsites that are set aside for them. Alright, so I got everything set up. I think I may have made it by the hair of my chinny chin chin just before sunset. So let's see if we can get this thing fired up.
He managed to gather just enough wood to build a small, flickering fire. Not enough to stay warm, and certainly not enough to keep anything away. That's when the noises returned. This time, louder, closer, and disturbingly rhythmic, like movement. Each sound echoed between the trees, coming from a different direction, every few seconds. It was as if something, or several somethings, were circling the camp, watching him. The forest that once felt alive, now seemed predatory.
You hear that? It's a coon dog, I think. That noise I've been hearing, I think it's people out doing some coon hunting. I think, even though it's kind of early in the day to be doing some coon hunting, I think normally you do that at night, but I'm not an expert. That's what it sounds like to me. Hopefully they don't come back this way, but if they do, I guess they do. We'll have to deal with it. They won't find no coons around here because I've been scaring them away. I'm not sure that's coon dogs now that I hear it. Hope that's not coyotes. Well, I am armed just in case, so I guess we'll see what happens. Part of the fun of being out in the wilderness by yourself. Those sound more like wild dogs to me. I don't know what they're going on about. They sound like they're just on the other end of the holler, so I hope they stay there. One dog's not too bad to deal with, but 8 or 9, that could be a problem.
Jason tried to sound calm for the camera, but you could hear the unease in his voice. He started cooking dinner, just trying to act normal. The forest had grown quieter now, almost too quiet. And then it came again, the barking. It wasn't just one dog this time. There were several barking loudly around his camp, but unseen. He stayed calm, or tried to. Ate his food, pretended everything was fine. Then, flashlight in hand, he took a short walk into the woods, maybe to reassure himself that he wasn't being hunted. But when he returned, that feeling of being watched never left him.
Well, it sounds like those dogs are getting closer. I might have some trouble tonight. I may have to stop cooking. Who would have thought of all the things you're going to have to deal with in the woods, it's going to be wild dogs? Well, it sounds like the dogs have started to go the other way, and I'm thankful for that. But now I'm starting to lose my fire because I was too preoccupied perhaps dealing with them to work on my fire. Well, it looks like this fish is done, so I'm going to dig in. Well, the more I listen, the more I think that those are hunting dogs and somebody's out training them. Because I can hear the guy down there now hollering for him to come back or something like that. For a minute he was doing a whoop, and it freaked me out because I don't know if you guys watch any other videos on the YouTube, but when you're in the middle of the woods and you hear a whoop, that's normally time to get out of the woods, but so far so good.
That night, Jason barely breathed. Every crack of a branch sounded like footsteps. Every gust of wind became a whisper, and every silence stretched longer than it should have. When dawn finally arrived, Jason emerged exhausted, shaken, but alive. No prints, no tracks, no proof, just the echoes of that night and the haunting certainty that he hadn't been alone. It was a night he would never forget, and one he'd never truly explain. So, let me know what you think of this encounter. Before we go any further, I just want to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We are pushing to hit 200,000 subscribers before the year ends. It feels impossible, but I know we can achieve it together because your support has been unreal. I know you'll subscribe, so without wasting more time, let's get back to the video. On October 8th, 2025, Kevin, the man behind the YouTube channel Small Plots, set out to film what he thought would be another simple camping trip. He's done it all before. Hammock camping, tarp camping, tent camping, whatever the conditions. He adapts. Kevin isn't one for superstition. He doesn't believe in ghosts, or paranormal activity, or anything beyond what he can see and hear. That's what makes him fearless. maybe even a little too fearless. Because this time, he decided to camp right beside one of the most haunted locations in upstate New York, the Mount Hope Cemetery in Rochester. A sprawling resting place of over 350,000 souls. And this would become the night that tested his confidence and his nerves like never before. Spoiler alert, he did. From strange animal noises to eerie, unexplained sounds that seemed to circle his tent, that night quickly became something he'd never forget. He started by finding a patch of woods just beyond the cemetery's edge.
Oh yeah. There's graves. There are the graves. The leaves are so crunchy. It's gonna give me away, if anything. Okay, so the cemetery is directly behind where the camera is. I think I'm gonna move a little bit this way. Looks like some nice flat ground, kind of encapsulated by trees and branches and stuff. And that should be good. I should be out of view from the cemetery. There's a tennis court area right over here. I'll show you guys in a minute. Of course, the break area for the workmen that work here, and the road.
At first glance, it was perfect. A secluded area, away from the road, where the only company would be the occasional rustle of wind and the creak of trees. But Kevin wasn't satisfied. He wanted to be closer. He packed up his gear again and wandered deeper. When he finally set up his tent, he was only a few dozen yards from the old stone perimeter of Mount Hope, the kind of proximity that made most people uneasy. He saw a few people walking nearby earlier, but now it was just him, surrounded by the weight of centuries. Then came the noises. At first, distant, barely noticeable, but as the sky dimmed, they became impossible to ignore. Some sounded like small animals scurrying through the leaves, but others didn't.
The deer are creeping on me right now. I can hear on top of the deer and the chipmunks and the squirrels and probably like mice and stuff. It's just leaves moving constantly around me. I hope that kind of slows down tonight. Probably not. Right behind me you can see the cemetery behind me in the tent, and then right kind of in the brush are looks like three deer that are apprehensively looking at me and chewing their cud. Just walking by. Gotta be quiet. I don't know who's a walker and who's just someone who works here doing the nightly rounds, you know, making sure nobody's sleeping in the woods. Damn, these freaking chipmunks. They're just like hanging out behind me. Talking about rabbits. All that leaf rustling are like chipmunks and stuff running around.
At one point, Kevin realized he hadn't seen or heard another camper all evening. No tents, no fires, no voices, just him and thousands of graves lying silent beyond the tree line. Still, he stayed. He wanted to finish what he started. But as night fell and he began cooking dinner, that meal felt less like comfort and more like a farewell to calm. Because just after he ate, the noises came back, louder this time, closer. A twig snapped. Then, suddenly, a gunshot, then another, then more. Loud, sharp, echoing through the trees.
I wish I could get more footage of the cemetery and everything, but even despite the fact that it's like one day away, maybe gunshot, Despite the fact that it was 1 day away, that it's 1 day away from a full moon, it's too dark to film. Yeah, well, like I said, middle of the city. So I can't get the graveyard like I was hoping. I'm trying so hard to catch the almost full moon good enough to hit some gravestones or something, but yeah, and it's tough. I can't really leave and go walk around the graveyard as much as I'm sure people are probably hoping that I'm doing that. It's just not really, especially with that camera right there. Can't really do that. It's kind of like a journey to get there, if I'm being honest. It's not like just a bloop over. Okay. Yeah, see, so I've been quiet for so long, but now I have a light on and I'm talking, and little animals that are around me are like, hey, there's a guy there. They're not ghosts. Let me just clear this up right now. They're not ghosts. They're like little mice and rats and whatever.
To keep calm, he started talking to the camera. You could hear it, that forced steadiness, like someone trying to keep their heart from bursting through their chest. It was the night before a full moon. The air had an edge to it, thick and electric. And then came the footsteps, crunching through the leaves. Close, too close. He tried to laugh it off. Maybe just an animal. But the look in his eyes said otherwise. Because moments later, new sounds echoed from the direction of the cemetery. Muffled, distant, but undeniably human. He didn't go to check. He tried to convince himself it was nothing. That fear was playing tricks on his senses. But the longer he sat by the fire, the more he felt eyes on him. Not one pair, but many.
There's something walking closer to me. It's probably a deer, but I'm gonna do something just in case it's not. Okay, it stopped walking. Whatever it was, it didn't run away. I'm just gonna go with it. It's a deer. Oh man, I thought that was a deer's butt at first. Before I zoomed in, I thought that was a deer facing the other way. Yeah, well, this is what it's like here, next to the cemetery. You know, it's pretty chill. A lot of cool chill things happening. Just like Mondo chill, you know? I know you can't really see it. There's something in the cemetery making like a, I know this is gonna sound stupid, but like a bone clattering sound. Like tick, 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 tick. Like somebody has like a bunch of sticks in a wagon or something.
Eventually, Kevin decided he'd had enough. He zipped himself inside the tent, locked it up, and lay back, listening. And that's when it began. The forest seemed to move around him, footsteps again, circling. He didn't sleep. He couldn't. He lay there until dawn, barely moving, waiting for whatever was outside to make its next move. When morning came, Kevin was physically unharmed, but drained, pale and shaken. That night, near Mount Hope, changed something in him. He learned that sometimes it's not the dead you need to be afraid of. It's the silence they leave behind. The next encounter comes from Matty Van Hall, a creator best known for documenting his overlanding journeys, van life setups, and quiet off-grid camping adventures. His channel is usually a peaceful escape, long drives through mountain roads, simple meals cooked under open skies, and the quiet rhythm of solitude that comes with living on the road. But on the night of March 8, 2024, that peaceful rhythm broke in a way Matty will never forget. He and a friend had set up camp at a remote site, tucked beneath a vast, starlit sky. It was one of those calm, still nights where the air feels untouched. until the stillness was ripped apart by the roar of an engine. Out of nowhere, a pickup truck came speeding straight into their camp. The driver made no attempt to stop politely. He didn't slow down. He just drove right into their space. Maddie's friend tried to approach, maybe to reason with him, but the driver wasn't interested in talking. There was something hostile in the air, something that made every instinct tell them this wasn't just a misunderstanding. Maddie walked over himself, hoping to calm things down, to de-escalate, but that decision would mark the start of a tense, escalating night.
This guy coming back here in this pickup truck, this guy is a problem. This guy's dangerous. I don't know what his problem is, if he's drunk or high. If you would have saw what he just did, I couldn't grab the camera in time, but all of the dust, he came right in front of our campsite, started doing donuts for a good 1 solid minute, and then drove away. Here, there he is. Black pickup truck. Yeah, this guy's up to something. What? He's coming up here. Oh man, Chocolate Man's out there confronting him. I gotta get out here and see what's going on. I couldn't even get out of the van because it was too dusty.
Was that necessary? There's a lot of people out here. Okay, do what you want, bro. Alright, go ahead. Do what you want, bro. Do what you want. Do what you want. Have a good time.
Man, all you gotta do is just leave.
Not really, but you keep moving.
Just go.
After asking the man to leave, the stranger finally drove off, but not for long. A few minutes later, he came back, and this time, he wasn't alone. It seemed he'd gone to rally backup. When he returned, there were 2 more trucks following behind him, their engines humming low as they crept back toward Maddie's camp. The group didn't say a word. They just sat there, idling, watching. Maddie could feel their presence more than he could see it. The confidence they carried, the way they positioned their vehicles, it all gave the same chilling message. They weren't afraid to take things further. Before anything could spiral beyond control, Maddie and his friends made a choice. Maddie did something I'd recommend anyone do in that same situation. He kept his distance, stayed calm, and gathered information. Earlier, he'd captured the license plate of the first vehicle, but when the man returned with backup, the group switched vehicles and kept far enough away that their new plates couldn't be seen, which meant whatever they had planned wasn't harmless. Sensing that, Maddie and his group didn't hesitate. They packed up quietly, careful not to draw attention, and left the campsite.
All right, so I thought I had the video going, but all I got was a picture. So he went and got his crew, and they all came back, started swarming us. So bad stuff's about to go down. All right, we had to leave. They acting like they got guns, so I don't want to die. There's a Chocolate Man in front of me. Ron and Mark's right behind me. And we found another spot on Overlander. I know it's loud in here. This road is really washboard. So we all had to pack up pretty quick and go. The guy came back in another vehicle. So it's at least 3 of them. I know it's 4 of us, but we don't have guns. So I don't want to get all shot up. And this is not the first time this has happened. Something similar to this happened. Where was I? I can't remember. It was just drunks throwing. Oh, I know what it was. It was drunks throwing beer bottles, and they were a little too close for comfort. But these guys were gangsta acting, so time to move on. It sucks.
As the van's tires rolled over the gravel road, Maddie looked back one last time at the faint outline of their camp, now swallowed by night. He couldn't shake the feeling that if they'd stayed even a little longer, something terrible would have happened. He said later that he was certain those men would have returned. Not to talk, not to intimidate, but to escalate. Maybe gunshots, maybe worse. And out there, miles from cell service or help, even a single bad decision can be fatal.
Okay, so now we're back on some paved roads, so now it's not so loud. So, yeah, they kept coming back in different vehicles, and if we would have stayed, here's what would have happened. they would have come back in the middle of the night and, you know, they would have took shots at us, did a drive-by. And if it didn't hit our bodies, it would have, you know, busted out the windshield, put holes in the van. That's what would have happened. I mean, I know these things. I've been around a long time. I know how these things go down. So this is wisdom, my friends. This is wisdom. Let me check on, yeah, Ron's back there, Mark's right behind him. This is what wise people do. They don't let hotheads prevail. It feels like a loss, but it's really a win.
Thankfully, they made it out unharmed. But the encounter left Matty with a truth that would linger every time he parked his van in a lonely stretch of wilderness. In the wild, danger doesn't always come from growls in the dark or rustling in the trees. Sometimes it wears human skin, and that's the kind of fear you don't hear until it's already too close. Uploaded on 13th August 2024, this video comes from TJ, an outdoor enthusiast known for his love of camping, hiking, and kayaking across Alabama. His channel usually captures the warmth of nature, golden sunsets, calm waters, and quiet reflections at the end of each day. But this trip was nothing like that. What started as a relaxing weekend on the lake turned into one of the most dangerous nights he'd ever faced outdoors. TJ had planned to spend a few nights near his favorite lakeside camp, fishing, kayaking, and simply enjoying the peaceful Alabama summer. The conditions were perfect. Sunlight bouncing off the water, warm air drifting through the trees, and a steady rhythm of waves lapping against the shore. It was the kind of day every camper hopes for. Clear skies, calm waters, and not a single reason to worry. But nature often has a way of reminding us who's really in control.
It's actually not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet, and it's already 80 degrees outside here in Alabama. I just took a shower and walked through my garage, hooked the kayak up, did that little bit of filming with you guys, and I already broke a sweat just in that little window of time for me being from inside of the house to getting inside of the truck. So it is going to be super hot this weekend. Still going to have a good time. I don't like rushing my summers. I used to say, man, I can't wait for fall, man, I can't wait for fall. And then as soon as fall comes, you enjoy it. But then it gets super cold here during the winter, and you're like, man, I can't wait for summer or spring. I can't wait for summer or spring. So I try not to rush through everything. All right, I'm sweaty, but I do believe the camp is set up. I'm just getting all my rods out of the top water box right now. This box is awesome. They're expensive, but I think they're worth it if you don't have a way to haul your rods with you. I say it every time I film myself out here camping. This is my favorite place to camp in Alabama.
As the hours passed, TJ checked his weather radar and noticed something unexpected, a storm system forming in the distance. At first, it didn't seem serious. The sky still looked bright, and the water was calm, so he decided to carry on with his fishing plans. But soon, the storm began to grow. The air thickened. The wind started to shift. Dark clouds rolled across the lake faster than expected. What began as a gentle breeze turned into a chilling gust. By the time he returned to shore, waves had started to rise and visibility began to drop. He and his companion quickly took shelter inside a small gazebo near their tent, hoping the storm would blow over.
Holy cow, y'all. So I don't know how much I just filmed out in the water. Me and Dylan were both just waiting and fishing, and look what just rolled up on us. Look at this. It is pouring, and that's only a few hundred yards away. It is white capping out here on the water. Look at this. This just came up out of nowhere. I don't know how bad that looks on camera, but it's pretty bad. Can you see the white caps out here? Let me zoom in. Water. We're kind of hoping it goes around us. I did go ahead and roll the awning up. I left the tent up because I've got my stuff in it, and in order for me to close that tent, I have to take all of my stuff out, and I don't really know if I have time. I don't want to be caught in the middle of it, because it's legit, it's raining right here. Look at that, it's like a black wall. It's raining on the other side of the water from us, and it's blowing directly in our face. We've had something pop up on us right here, and
It is bad, y'all. I don't know if you can tell, but we're inside of this gazebo, holding it down, and it's picking me up. Holy shoot. This is nuts. Bro, I hope we ain't got no tornado popped up on this. Oh, shoot. Oh my God.
The winds intensified, tearing through the trees and sending branches crashing to the ground. In minutes, everything changed. From fishing under a clear summer sky to fighting for their lives beneath a collapsing tent, the transformation was terrifyingly fast. The tent flapped violently as the storm raged. Visibility dropped to near zero. Objects flew through the air, and TJ could hear the cracking of trees around them. Each sound was a reminder of how fragile their shelter really was. If the tent tore open, or if one of those trees came down in the wrong direction, they'd have no chance to react.
Oh my goodness, y'all, look at this. You can't see the other side of the lake at all. Can y'all tell the lake is gone? I really hope this ain't a tornado, because we should probably be in the truck. Oh, here's the rain. We're just holding this gazebo down, guys. Is the tent good? This is absolutely insane, y'all. Look at this. Oh, stuff falling out of the tree. Oh, that looks real. Ow, oh. God, dude. We might need to get under the vehicle.
Dude, I've never been in something like this.
This is horrible, man. I haven't either. We probably need to be under our truck.
There ain't no doubt.
If this tree comes down, it's gonna hit us.
They huddled together inside, praying the structure would hold. It felt like hours, but eventually, the winds began to weaken. The tornado passed, but the rain and tension lingered. When TJ finally stepped outside, the scene around him was almost unrecognizable. Trees had fallen across the path. The lakeshore was littered with debris. Somehow, by sheer luck, their chosen camp spot had been spared. Just a few meters away, a massive tree had crashed down, right where they had originally planned to pitch their tent. Had they stuck with their first plan, they might not have survived. That realization hit hard. The smallest decision, a casual change of location, had made the difference between life and death.
All right, y'all, I don't know if we're in the eye of a tornado right now or not, but we just had to hold that down. Whatever just hit, it took this tree down where I was gonna park. Look at this. It's completely uprooted. I was really worried about these that were up under here. My kayak is completely underwater. Thank goodness I didn't have my MK300 on. That was the worst experience of my life. I've got to try to get this kayak pulled up on the bank. Look at this tree, y'all. Look at this. I hope that it's past. It's still coming down pretty hard. This is where we were going to park. This is where we were going to camp because it was right behind the bathroom. The last time a major tornado hit this spot, I believe, was in 2011 or 2013, and it wiped us out. Will you help me tug this boat up? Ready, 1, 2, 3. This should be good, thank you. I hope there ain't no hole in it, because it was late. When I got out here, look at my wrap.
Yeah, look at that.
It ruined my wrap. When I came out here, it was up on those rocks right there.
By morning, the storm had passed, leaving behind a shattered but eerily beautiful landscape. The water was calm again, the air cool and still. TJ packed his kayak, reflecting on how fragile the balance between end and danger truly is. He continued his trip, but with a new sense of respect for the unpredictability of nature. Because sometimes it isn't the wilderness that's out to harm you, it's the weather that turns without warning. In the end, TJ's experience serves as a reminder to all campers. Out there, peace and peril can exist only moments apart. On March 23, 2025, Shaya's Outdoor Adventures, a YouTube channel that usually captures the quiet, unscripted beauty of Midwestern nature, ice fishing, hunting, and spontaneous outdoor moments, experienced a day unlike any other. What was meant to be a calm outing quickly escalated into a tense and unpredictable encounter that none of the participants would forget. The video opens with Shaya on the ice, setting up for a routine fishing session. The frozen lake stretches silently in all directions, snow sparkling under the pale sun. It's the kind of quiet that outdoor enthusiasts seek, the kind that allows time to slow and thoughts to settle. Suddenly, a man emerges, tense and erratic, his every move charged with anger. His voice breaks the calm, sharp, and hostile. The mood shifts from quiet to confrontational in an instant. No greeting, no reason, just pure aggression.
Oh yeah. Man, you've been out here every morning and night too, huh?
Yeah. The machine you got here.
Oh yeah, live scope is nice. Any luck the past couple days?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Any nice walleyes?
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother got a real nice one yesterday. But yeah, you gotta be fishing right now.
Yeah.
Prime time.
What's on that thing?
Live scope, LVS 34.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this goes right to my shack. I know it does. You better knock it off.
What?
Yeah.
What? You too then.
I know what we're up to.
What are we up to? I don't know what you're even talking about. Jeez, we didn't do nothing to you. Cool, I get to make you go viral, cool. Look at this dip. You see him? Cool.
Shia tries to calm himself with nervous laughter, hoping to ease the growing discomfort. But the man's hostility remains unwavering. Recognizing the danger, Shia takes a measured, wise step. He contacts the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, reporting the incident to ensure the safety of himself and those around him. Yet, the man isn't deterred. He continues hurling derogatory words, creating a ripple of unease across the frozen lake. The confrontation persists, drawing attention and concern from other anglers nearby. Eventually, local police arrive, attempting to de-escalate the situation, but bureaucracy and legal limits slow immediate action. The man's license is expired. Technically, he hasn't committed a visible offense yet. Officers must wait for him to enter his vehicle before taking further steps.
You have reached the 24-hour Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources confidential tip hotline. This line is for reporting violations only.
Are you guys the Silverado? Okay, I'm just reporting him for fishing harassment. I'm just gonna go get his plate, so feel free to call too, so we get a warden out here quicker.
He came over here and said, I know where you live, I know where you're driving.
Exactly, so we both got evidence, or I got it on camera, so.
Really good.
Well, good luck. Yeah, I mean, I just said good morning this morning. Because we've been seeing him almost every day out here, too.
Shia cautiously returns to his fishing, but the tension lingers. the man resumes his erratic behavior, and another bystander shares that they too have been unnerved by his actions. The police depart, leaving only the warden to maintain order. He hovers nearby, wary of escalating the situation, without clear cause, monitoring the confrontation carefully, to protect Shia and everyone else on the ice. And then, the unexpected. The man approaches Shai, offering an apology. Observers note the apology lacks sincerity. It feels more like an attempt to retrace his steps after the escalation than genuine remorse.
I just want to apologize. I didn't have any right to at you, but you guys have no right to be doing what you're doing to me.
What are we doing wrong?
Come on, man.
You explain it to me.
What did you bring to shore when you went there?
What do you mean?
Right after I came and confronted you.
I went to go talk to the cops.
No, they weren't there yet.
They told us to go wait. I went to go take a picture of your license plate.
It ain't my truck, so don't
That's
matter.
fine.
How do you know what truck's mine?
The green one, because I asked the other guys.
Oh. All right, so the cops want me to call them? Look at all the stuff you got on you.
Yep. They'll be in contact with you. It's okay.
I just said I'm apologizing, so.
Understandable. That wasn't a way to react this morning.
No, it wasn't. That's why I'm coming and apologizing.
Understood. You too.
Shia reflects on the encounter, acknowledging that while bad days happen to everyone, they never justify threatening or intimidating others. The day leaves an indelible mark, a stark reminder that even the most peaceful outdoor moments can turn tense in an instant when faced with someone unpredictable. This encounter isn't about ghosts, shadows, or strange lights, yet it carries the same weight of unease. Sometimes the most unsettling experiences in the wilderness come not from the environment itself, but from the people who unexpectedly enter it. What do you think of this encounter? Let me know in the comments. On August 14th, 2024, a video appeared on the YouTube channel, What in the World?, run by Tom, an outdoor explorer who regularly documents his adventures across Canada, from mountains to rivers, lakes, and remote wilderness. But this trip, meant to be a routine solo canoeing journey, turned into an unexpected rescue mission. Tom had set off from the Rocky Mountains, planning a long canoe trip downriver to Montreal. Tom paddled calmly, soaking in the scenery and thinking ahead to his next campsite. Then, a sudden unexpected sound pierced the calm, the high-pitched whimpering of a dog. It echoed faintly from the riverbank, and Tom froze, scanning the edge of the water. Following the cries, he discovered a shocking sight: a dog trapped beneath a partially submerged log, struggling in the mud. Its back legs were pinned, immobile, and panic shone in its eyes. The odds of encountering a stranded dog in the middle of nowhere seemed impossibly slim, but there it was, helpless and alone.
There's a dog here. Doesn't look very well. Puppy. Maybe he's stuck. You okay? He doesn't look okay. Can't see anyone. There's no tracks. See if I can help him. He seems to be crying. You okay, buddy? Oh, buddy, how long you been here? Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Just log on you or something. Okay, the log's not on you anymore. Are you okay? What's wrong? Talk to me. Can you come? Come on. Can you move? Can you move, buddy? You've been here a long time. You in any pain? You okay, buddy?
Without hesitation, Tom pushed the log aside, wading carefully into the shallow water to free the animal. His heart raced, not from fear, but concern, as he realized the dog couldn't move on its own. With no nearby help in sight, Tom made a quick decision. He gently lifted the dog onto his canoe, taking care not to cause further injury. As they floated down the river, the minutes stretched tensely. The dog whimpered softly, and Tom worried it might be a stray, with no owner waiting at the next dock. But he kept paddling, hoping for a safe reunion.
It's okay. Lie down. And I was clean as well. But it's okay. He might have been there quite a while. And my hope that he belongs to the house down here. And if he's not their dog, then I'll have to make some phone calls and see what we can do. The dog was barking while I was coming past, but it didn't know that I was there, and it was barking in such a way that it had lost its voice. So he or she had been barking for a long time and can't bark anymore. So there's a dock here in front of me, and there's a house just up from it. And this is only about 200 meters from where the dog was stuck. So I'm hoping that this house is its owner, or at least they know his owner.
Finally, Tom spotted a house along the riverbank and made his way to the dock. The dog, exhausted but alive, leaned against him, trusting completely in his guidance. Tom rang the doorbell, and the homeowner appeared astonished. It turned out the dog, a 14-year-old named Ivy, had been missing for 2 days. The family had feared the worst. Tom's timely intervention had saved her. Relief washed over everyone. The dog wagged her tail weakly, and the owner's gratitude was palpable.
Hello, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Hey, I'm just canoeing. I'm canoeing across Canada.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just canoeing past, and I saw a dog that's been stuck in the mud.
Oh, no. Is it live still?
Yeah. I was wondering, is it your dog?
Yeah, probably a white one.
Yeah.
Oh,
It looks like he's been there a long...
looking for her for a long time.
It looks like he's been there a long time.
Oh, where is she?
I dragged him out of the... I don't know if it's a girl. Is it a girl?
Oh,
I dragged her out of the mud and put her on my canoe. And I brought her here on your dock.
thanks, because I've been looking for her, and I looked down there, too.
She's a nice dog. I was worried at the beginning.
She's 14 years old.
Oh, she can't move her back legs very well. I don't know if that was normal.
No.
But I had to move a log that was on the back of her.
Oh.
She was in the water, half in the water, half on the mud.
Jeez.
And
I
I've-
looked all over for her. She's been gone 2 days.
It looks like she's been there a while.
Is she alive? Is she, you know?
She's okay.
Oh.
She was barking when I came past, but it looked like she's...
Looking for her. How far is she? Was she right by the dock?
No, she was a few hundred...
She's down there.
Few hundred meters up there, and your dock was just the
That's
next...
why I couldn't find her.
Your dock was the next one, so that's why I just came straight here.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh. Well, better give her a bath, eh? What were you doing going in there, you silly old dog?
This encounter may not have been terrifying or supernatural, but it serves as a compelling reminder. The wilderness can challenge us in unexpected ways, yet it also offers moments of profound humanity. Even in the quiet, remote corners of the world, there are opportunities to act, to help, and to make a difference. Tom's quick thinking and courage turned what could have been tragedy into a story of hope, and showed that sometimes the most disturbing situations can end with the purest kind of triumph. With this last encounter comes the end of another episode. If you haven't already, let me remind you again to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment about what you liked and didn't like about this video. We almost upload daily videos, so you better have subscribed, 'cause trust me, you don't want to miss out. If you want to watch more disturbing videos, in about 3 seconds, they will be on your screen. I'll see you there, and with that,